My name's Neil Armstrong. I'm Commercial Director for Tribepad.
And I'm here to show you talent tech for the new normal. So that's some tools for post-pandemic talent acquisition, which used right are going to make you look fantastic and your boss is going to want to give you a pay rise. On the 18th of March, the environment for talent acquisition in the UK changed, probably forever. Mass redundancies started. Literally millions of hourly workers suddenly didn't know where the rent money was going to come from. So they all suddenly applied for jobs in supermarkets. In a normal week, we would see around 20,000 applications for Tesco, but in just 4 days, we saw over 1 million applications, resulting in 45,000 new jobs. So this was the start of a huge change in talent acquisition. So today I'm going to cover 3 topics. Firstly, video interviewing. Even your nan is using Zoom for her Zumba class now. So anybody recruiting at the moment is using video. The excuses are gone, the benefits are obvious. Secondly, onboarding. If you're using your old face-to-face and paper methods at the moment, they don't work. If you're not recruiting, maybe you've got time to fix this broken process. And thirdly, we'll talk about analytics. It's time to stop post and pray. It's time to move to proper TA. And that means acting like marketers, finance people, and using data to improve your recruiting process. Let's dive into it. Firstly, Tribepad, we're a specialist recruitment software. Our applicant tracking system, onboarding, video interviewing and chatbot are used by more than 20 million people worldwide. We've grown by recommendation over the last 10 years, and we're used by some of the world's best known organisations, particularly where they've got very specific requirements that standard off-the-shelf SaaS products just can't handle, or they want better service levels than the large global software players just can't deliver. We also have a freelance management system which is used by the BBC for all of their off-screen talent. So whether you're a runner on the One Show or a camera operator for Attenborough, you use this system to find your role at the BBC. Let's talk about video. We think video is going to be the new normal. Some organisations have been using it for a while. Lots have been forced to adopt video in a hurry. Is this going to lead to a long-term change for recruiters? The most common type of video interviewing, of course, is one-way video interviewing, which is used largely in place of an initial telephone screen. It allows it to be consistent, reduces administration cost and hassle, can be up to 90% of time saved there. There's a big benefit for candidates in not having to hide in their car park or pull a sickie to complete the interview. Big logistical benefits for hiring managers and recruiters as well. Can be used on a personal mobile device anywhere. Hiring managers can review that interview while they're sitting at home on the sofa. There's important benefits in terms of compliance and integration as well, in that you can trigger invites, track completion rates, understand your ROI and the efficiency. You can review decisions made. You've got evidence-based recruiting. You can track for bias. Typically, we see these interviews are made of 3 to 5 questions, maybe up to 30 seconds per answer, and you should expect completion rates between 40 and 60%. Can be higher, can be up to as high as 90% for early careers. Another benefit is that you can have a text transcript automatically made of the interview. So that means you can search by keyword. And once you've got that transcript in English, of course, you can translate it into lots of other languages. So it can really help with multilingual recruitment scenarios. So whether you're a recruiter in the UK and you have responsibility across Europe, or perhaps you're operating a multilingual call centre. So video interviewing software can really help assess those soft skills. We're also seeing developments in facial recognition, sentiment analysis, so you can start to make predictions about candidates' personality and their fit with a team, potentially even automatically shortlisting some candidates. We believe very, very strongly that AI should never be black box. Some platforms out there take the decision away from human recruiters. We think that's a very dangerous road to go around. We believe this software should be there to give recruiters more evidence in which to make their decision on. Of course, at the moment, two-way video interviewing is absolutely booming. Everybody's using Zoom and Skype because, of course, people can't do face-to-face interviews at the moment. But there's all kinds of risk there. Nobody wants to be Zoom bombed. So proper video interviewing software can make a big difference in terms of all the evidence being recorded, so multiple people can score the interview, for example. A real benefit, though, is candidates don't need to download an app. It just works from the browser on any device. So your completion rates are far higher. It's a better candidate experience as well. Of course, you don't just have to do a one-to-one interview. You can use that video interviewing software for panel interviews. Again, you get a transcript of what everybody said, so you've got a really clear understanding that your recruitment process has been consistent and fair, and you've got that evidence for when you need it in the future. So the question is, are organisations really going to go back to face as their default way of doing interviews? Let's talk about onboarding. It's always a hot topic. It's a pain point for recruiters because even if you're not responsible for the onboarding itself, when it goes wrong, the problem lands in your lap with a failed hire and you've got to start again. So right now, of course, trying to use the old paper-based methods is extremely difficult. People are dispersed, people may be furloughed, so it's very, very difficult. There's some great pieces of onboarding software out there which could be standalone or integrated in with your applicant tracking system. These allow you to show the candidate policies that they need to adhere to. You can use questionnaires to capture information about that candidate. You can generate references. Of course, you can show them welcome videos. They could upload files, for example, proof of their right to work in the country. You can even collect complex employment history of healthcare, regulated industries. Build up those packages then for the different roles that you have so that they're triggered automatically, capture the information you need from the candidate and deliver all your compliance needs. The key thing about any onboarding process, though, is it has to work for the candidate first. It can't be all about compliance and process for the organisation. It's got to deliver a fantastic candidate experience. So it needs to make that human connection. It needs to be on brand. It needs to be enticing. It needs to be a warm welcome to the company. Of course, it's got to be mobile optimized. It's also got to be easy to use, easy to revisit, so the candidate doesn't have to sit there and spend 2 hours going through hundreds of different documents that they've got to review. You should have a system that can build in notifications and reminders to make it easy and almost gamified for the candidate to get through this process. E-signatures, really important, of course. And as the candidate gets further through the process, what are the most important things that you're going to need to bring that candidate on board? Well, of course, you're going to need their bank details. You're going to need important information about them. So spreadsheets and email are not a good way to be capturing bank details and national insurance records. So using proper onboarding software is a safer and more secure method of doing this. In terms of compliance, the benefits for the organisation are pretty obvious. You can get a really clear understanding of exactly your pipeline of new staff, who's done what, where you're waiting for the candidate, where you're waiting for your internal teams to do things. This is increasingly difficult at the moment with a dispersed workforce, people working from home. Spreadsheets, paper make it much harder to manage. So we think it's important to have a system which everybody can see has one truth in real time so that you can realise those benefits of administration reduction, automation, a better candidate experience and fundamentally better hiring outcomes. The business case for an onboarding platform is really simple. It's not just about compliance and risk reduction, there's real savings to be had. One of our clients recently said to us that our reporting platform has helped them move away from post and pray to proper TA. So what that means is they can act like finance and marketing analysts. They can be data-driven and prove their worth. This isn't about tomorrow's artificial intelligence whizziness. This is about today's basics. What data do recruiters need to understand their recruitment pipeline? What's the source? Where are candidates coming from? What are the costs of my agencies and my job boards? Is my programmatic working? Just as important as those side of things is the human aspects. Who are my best reporting recruiters? How many jobs can they handle? How quickly are they moving to interview? Who are the problem hiring managers? Who are the best hiring managers? What are they doing right? Where are the blockages in the process? Which stages are taking too long? Are finance delaying approval of these requisitions by 2 weeks, which is causing me a time to hire problem? So we think the data must be real time, it must be easy to access, and it must be easy to export and share. Because as soon as you've shared the information, you've shared the knowledge, and that empowers you and it empowers your hiring managers to deliver a far better level of recruitment. Diversity is extremely important as well to understand the candidate profile coming in, how far through the process they're getting, whether you have any blockages or any problems that need policy change, training. There's a wealth of information to be had. And of course, you need to share that information. So it should be easy to schedule reports, generate personalised reports, and send that data out to your hiring managers. So, for example, every hiring manager, 9 o'clock every Monday morning, could get their own personalised report. The HR director could get a summary every Friday afternoon. So in conclusion, video interviewing. It's changed forever. It's more efficient, it improves compliance, delivers a great candidate experience. There's really no excuses to not be deriving the benefits. Onboarding, a real problem area for recruiters. If you get it right, it improves your hiring outcomes, dramatically cuts your costs, and delivers a great candidate experience. Understanding your recruitment process is absolutely key to any of this. You need lots of real-time data. It needs to be at your fingertips, easy to share and easy to use. But this isn't about the future. This is about now. This technology is available and it can help drive your organisation in the new normal. Thank you very much. For any more information, please visit tribepad.com.